We are just over a week away from Chipotle Nationals when 8 of the best high school teams in the country will converge on Brownsburg High School to vie for the ultimate in high school basketball supremacy. Joining us right now is the number one player on the number one team in the country, Cooper Flagg. What's going on, my man?
What's up? How you doing?
I'm good, man. I'm good. I'm sure you're eager, right? You're not that far out from going down to try and win the championship. My first question is pretty obvious. How do we get it done?
I really think it comes down to just being locked in, being ourselves, and just coming out with energy, enthusiasm, which I know we will. So,
Yeah. The last time you guys lost at Montverde, March 30th of last year at Nationals. How much does that experience, that taste of defeat? I know it was in dramatic fashion. I know you had to put back, and we don't talk about that. But how much has that experience and in that situation? How is that going to help you guys? Is that something you use?
yeah, I think it's something that our team has used all year long. Having like the 5 key parts of the team come back from last year. I think it's something that we use a lot just to stay motivated throughout the year. Kind of have that feeling, just keep pushing us forward, and it's kind of helped us get to where we are right now.
For sure, for sure. AZ is you guys quarterfinal matchup at Chipotle Nationals. They gave you a tough game in December. Talk about what they do well and what you guys have to do to combat that and come out with the win in advance.
They're just a really physical, scrappy team. They got a couple of good bigs, so they match up well with most teams size wise. So yeah, I think they do a really good job as being physical and just playing really hard. So I think that if we can match that with the intensity, enthusiasm, and toughness, then that's kind of the key.
Watching the tournament in March, even right now, I'm sure you're glued to the NCAA tournament like everybody else is. The lower seed, they usually play really loose, nothing to lose, especially when they're playing against number one. How do you guys combat that pressure of being number one?
Yeah, I think like you said, we're gonna have that feeling knowing we can lose, not being overconfident, but at the same time, we're gonna play loose. We're gonna play confident, a little bit full of ourselves, knowing that
Yeah.
we deserve to have gotten to where we are for we got there for a reason.
Yeah.
We just trust all the work and just play free.
Yeah. Now, before you come to Chipotle Nationals, well, congratulations in advance. You're going to make that McDonald's All-American. I've seen this scenario before where guys go to McDonald's All-American and then they have to play in Chipotle Nationals. It's a wild transition, right? So, how are you gonna stay focused with that type of distraction? I mean, it's kind of it's a fun distraction, but it can be a distraction. How are you already thinking? Have you talked to people? What are you doing? Where you and a couple of your teammates?
Yeah, I think we all have the same mindset. We're gonna be hyper focused on nationals, but obviously we're gonna go enjoy the experience and the opportunity of being selected for that. So, we're gonna obviously stay hyper focused. I think we had a couple guys last year that went to it, and it might have messed with them a little bit coming back. But I think we'll be hyper focused, and we're gonna keep the main goal because it's something we've been working to all year long.
Yeah.
So it'll be kind of foolish to let something like that kind of get in the way and be unfocused.
Yeah. Now I've seen your level of attention before. I've seen it with Austin Rivers going back far. I've seen it with Zion Williamson. I've seen it even with LeBron James to some degree went early on. That rock star like attention that comes with that next big thing label. And you know what I'm talking about. Um I'm curious as to how you've remained it really grounded with all of the hoopla, the pomp and circumstance. What do you is it your family? Is it your teammates? Is it you just tune it out? What is it? What do you do?
I think it just comes down to my values and the people around me have helped keep me grounded. And I honestly think it just comes down to I really don't care what people say about me, good, bad, or in between. People can call me overrated, overhyped, like whatever it is, or they can say I'm really good. Both sides of it. I kind of just goes in one ear, out the other. I say thank you, whatever. And yeah, I just focus on myself, and I just want to get better every single day. And I know that I have a really, really long way to go, and I just want to keep getting better every single day, just for myself and my family and my friends that are close to me.
Well said. Well said. There's last summer there was a viral moment with you and LeBron James. I'm curious, what kind of advice did he give you in that moment there at Peach Jam?
I mean, it was really just like about staying locked in. I think that a lot of people probably will understand that like there's just like so much that goes on in this world when you get there. So it was mostly just about being like locked in, staying loyal to the people that are close to you and stuff like that.
Yeah, indeed, indeed. And now, speaking of viral moments, you guys had another viral pic of you and your 2024 recruits for Duke at the Carolina game when I know, I can't mention that, but when Carolina got the win at Cameron, there was a viral pic of you guys looking pretty upset. You and most of the class were there at the game, and y'all looked like y'all did not like that naturally. I'm curious as to how did that game affect you? Did you take something from that? Like, what do we are we reading too much into it?
I mean, all I would say is that it just kind of made us all anxious, I think. I think speaking for the other guys that were there, it kind of gave us like an anxious feeling of just wanting to like get there.
Right.
Now that their seasons or most of their seasons are like coming to an end, um, I think it was kind of just like an anxious feeling of wanting to get
Okay.
there and go prove something,
Okay.
and go win the rivalry back.
All right. So you guys have the number one class. Talk about how good you can be. I mean, a lot of versatile scoring, a lot of guys who can do a lot of things, positionless players all over the court. Talk about how good that class can be coming into Durham next year from my man John Shire.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's just a really good class, as everyone could tell. But I think it's like it might be even better than people think, just because like the type of guys that we have coming in,
Okay.
and kind of the personalities. I think it's a really good mix of personalities and a lot of like winning mindsets. So I think that's something that's gonna be really fun. Something that I personally love to be around is having teammates that just have that winning mindset and really just put winning above all else. So.
Indeed. All right. So before you go, I got to ask you, your Dukies are in the NCAA tournament, duh, right? I'm sure you've been very objective when you filled out your bracket, right? But I'm confident that you might have them going a little far. So tell me, tell me what they have to do to advance, keep going. What do you put your analyst hat on? Maybe you'll do that in 30 years when you're done being NBA All Stars multiple. Talk to me about that. What do they have to do?
Yeah, I mean, first of all, I took Duke all the way. Took that loyalty. Have to be confident in them and in the coaching staff.
I can
But
respect it.
I really think that they have the skill, they have the talent. Like there's so much talent on that team. It's just gonna come down to like being physical and tough at the end of the day. Like I think throughout the season, we've seen it a couple of times with them. Like they just got to be a little bit more tougher, or like just show it a little more, like just wanting it. You know what I mean? Like just a little bit more toughness, physicality, and I think we'll be all right because we have the skill, we have the talent, and as long as we play hard and give 100% effort and physicality and just be a little bit tougher, then I really think it'll be hard to beat us.
Indeed. Well, we'll definitely be watching your Blue Devils, but we'll absolutely be watching you at the Chipotle Nationals on April 4th. Cooper, thank you. Thank you for joining us today.
Thank you.